Hi, I'm Jeff with Enjoy Our Yard. Today I'm going to review the Greenworks 40 volt 12-inch rechargeable chainsaw. I picked this up recently and in our situation it's been working great. So I'll go over some pros and cons and you can see if it might be something that would benefit you as well. Keep watching. Previously I was using a Sears Craftsman electric chainsaw, which was okay, but the chain kept coming off and it was difficult to maintain it. For our particular needs here, we don't need a big chainsaw. The gas-powered chainsaws always scare me a bit as their maintenance, and unless you're doing a lot of using the chainsaw, it just wasn't going to be what I needed. So I did some research and found that this particular one might serve our needs. I'm going to show you a couple of the features, show you some demonstrations, and then maybe some pros and cons, see if it might be working for you. So one of the nice features, the chain guard is nice. It's not very heavy. Now I already had some Greenworks batteries because I have a leaf blower, so I just purchased the chainsaw itself. This was $79.99 on Amazon. The batteries run around $40, and I already had two of those, so I didn't need to buy a new battery. The chain guard, when you want to adjust the tension, very easy. So if there's a gap here that you want to tighten, and I've used it several times, I've not found it loosen at all, so it is just more for information. But over time, you know the chain is going to get a gap. All you do is pull this up, twist it, watch the tension tighten here, and then lock it down. Of the times that I've used, and I've picked this up a couple months ago, I've not had to readjust the tension, and that's big because on the former one I was doing it quite a bit. So very easy. The saw itself is fairly light. What I like about it is because it's a battery, you don't have to worry about it starting on its own. With the gas power, that was always a fear. I respect this, but I don't fear it, and so when you go to use it with the correct precautions, I found that it's been very straightforward. So charge the battery, insert it. It does add some weight, but it hasn't been that bad. The feel seems to be as good as it can be. I'll show you some examples. Okay, so I have one more demonstration. The first, I showed a sample of our backyard. We had some pine branches. You could see how easily it cut through those. I had some other leftover branches I never took care of with our other one, so you could see how easily it was to take care of those. So that tree is now trimmed up. You probably couldn't notice, but in the scheme of things, it actually runs pretty quietly. If you're familiar with the sound of a chainsaw, this is actually fairly quiet, so that's a nice benefit as well. So what started this whole process of even making the video was last Saturday I was over here. Our church has a big field, and over the winter a big tree had fallen down, so no one else was able to take care of it, so I thought, well, let me try with my new chainsaw. So I came over and realized how easy it actually was. So I'm going to show you another side of that as far as just the diameter and how easy it cut through. This particular tree measures about 6.5 inches. So you'll see in just a minute here, I will take another section off of it. And that was pretty impressive. So here we go. So there you can see a couple examples of how it might be able to work for your particular case. For me, our yard doesn't have that many big trees, and I would call an arborist if I were to have that issue. But lower branches, some of the smaller sized tree trunks, it's worked very well. So here's a couple of the pros and cons. It's lightweight, and so to carry around, it's certainly very portable. The maintenance, all you have to do is charge the battery. I would say I respect it without fearing it, and to me that was big. I know with some tools, they can get a bit cumbersome and overwhelming, and you have to be almost afraid to use them. I find with the chainsaw, I respect it for sure. You want to take precautions, but because I can put the battery on right before I need to use it, that helps with some of that fear as well. Chainsaw, the adjustment, very easy if I needed to do that, but even after today and what I had done last week, I never had to change the tension or tighten it. It was quiet. I think for many tools, noise can be an issue. This one's not so bad. All right, so here's a couple of the cons. One, you do have to have the battery. So in my case, I already had a Greenworks battery. If that's something that you don't already have, because they have a whole line of tools, that is something you have to consider, and I can imagine after a while we're all going to have garages of chargers and all different batteries, because each tool may have features, but not all in that same company may be ones that we like. Something to consider. The cost was around $80 through Amazon. The batteries, again, between 30 and 40, so you can use that over time. There is a certain amount of time you can use it before you have to recharge it. For me, the jobs are pretty small, so that wasn't an issue. I'm not taking down a forest of trees to worry about, so the rechargeable, the amount of time I get out of it was not a problem. And the last thing, the big con is, I wish I would have seen this earlier, because boy, it's been great. And thinking about now some of these options with the rechargeable, I'm going to look into it even further. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit like or subscribe. That'll tell you when our next one's coming out. We enjoy taking care of our yard, so we hope you can enjoy yours as well. Thanks for watching.